This video is going to be a little different from my usual baking videos. Now, I love to share pie and chocolate cake and all of those things, but baking is just part of the story. And cozy living is just as important to me as the baking. You've probably heard me say, bake easy, live cozy. Baking is the easy part to explain, but cozy, that took me a little while to figure out. For me, cozy isn't about decorating or buying things. It's about how your home feels and how you feel in it. And honestly, that really didn't matter to me until I got older. There came a point when I thought, I don't want to live like this anymore, trying to keep everyone happy and not listening to me. So I wanted to just sit down with you today and share what cozy living means to me now and how I got there. So cozy living isn't about decor. It's not about size. Whether you're in an apartment like we are, or in a house, a small house or a large house. It's not a Pinterest-worthy home. It's none of those things. It's not perfection. Cozy is about how your home feels, not only to you, but when you have guests visit. You know, when you get home and you sink into that favorite chair of yours, put your feet up, and you just think, ugh, that's cozy. You're really feeling all of the benefits in your home. And that's what cozy living is for me. It's about creating a soft place to land, not about rushing around or trying to do all the things. Maybe it's, at the end of the day, doing a few small things that make you smile. Like maybe you said hello to a stranger, someone that you see every day but never speak to, or taking a batch of cookies to work, or getting out at lunchtime and going for a walk, whether you're working from home or you're in an office, or you're looking after the kids. Just taking that time for yourself, that's what cozy is. But I wasn't always like this, and I didn't always think about what it meant to have a cozy life. I was always rushing around, doing everything for everybody, never saying no. I was always tired, and I didn't really think about what I needed. And that was a turning point for me. When I hit my 50s, and I love reading about women who turn 50 and they finally get it. They step into their power. And it really is powerful when you reach that stage of your life and you really start to listen to what's important. For me, I remember reading a book, and it talked about when women reach that phase, their brain becomes on fire. And that's exactly what happened to me. I felt like my brain was on fire. And I'll leave a link to that book in the description below. I believe it's still in print because it was 20 years ago. I finally realized that I could take more time for myself. I could say no. I could make changes to my life that would make me a better person. So instead of pushing through, I started listening to me. And that's when cozy living, creating a cozy life, stopped being something cute or a trend and started to really matter and be important. So now cozy living looks like so many things, so many wonderful things for me. It's planning ahead. I like to plan my week using the Sunday reset ritual, and I've written a guide for that. That lets me plan meals, maybe doctor appointments, what's ahead in my week so that it just doesn't all fall apart by the time Monday arrives. It's spending time with our grandkids. It might be Mark and I watching the hockey game together. That's cozy to me. It's curling up with Ruby, our mini Bernedoodle. Journaling. Cozy morning for me is when it's totally quiet and I can sit, have my coffee, and write in my journal. Of course, a cozy weekend is baking something delicious. Maybe cookies or a coffee cake, and usually something that I can put in the freezer so that I can pull it out or take it to, if we're visiting friends or going to see the kids. Cozy is having family dinners, not heading out to expensive restaurants or just heading out at all, just using that time to reconnect and enjoy a cozy evening together. And it's not overscheduling. I don't have anything overscheduled in my life. I'm very protective of my time. Cozy living isn't about adding more, it's about subtracting. You want to have less clutter in your life, both physical and emotional clutter, and I don't try to do all the things anymore. I choose what's important. Now, if you're younger and watching this, you don't have to wait until you're in your 50s or 60s. You can start some of these cozy living rhythms now. So how can you get started? Some ideas might be turn off the overhead lights, turn on a few lamps in your living space, create a cozy area. Maybe start journaling. Just a few pages every morning or in the evening if that's better for you. You'll be amazed at how it clears the clutter from your mind. And of course, bake something. Take a Saturday morning and bake a simple recipe. Maybe a chocolate cake or a no-bake recipe. Something that's easy, or even better, if you have kids at home, bake something with your kids. They love to bake with you. Use your Sundays to plan. Maybe it's to do a little bit of meal planning. Think about what needs to happen this week. If it's a potluck that you have to get ready for, or you have friends visiting, laundry, those kinds of things. It really helps make your life so much cozier when you have those things planned ahead. And for this week, say no, just to one thing that you can comfortably say no to. But make your changes small, make them work for you and your life and your family. These are all just suggestions. Try something each day or once a week, but make it doable, make it work for you. I didn't plan to live this way. I just got to the point where I knew I didn't want to feel rushed anymore, and I wanted to listen to my own voice. So I started choosing calm and choosing the things that were really important to me. And that's it. And for me, a lot of that starts right here in the kitchen. That's what cozy living means to me.